true either. It's also unknowable to us. These are things that we can't demonstrate. So the best you can do is have faith in them. The best you can do is believe they're true, even though we don't have good evidence that they are. And that's not a good thing. Remember that that's exactly how a cult wants you to think. Chat, it's been 20 minutes. I'm going
Sorry,
to run the poll again. Well, if chat votes to keep you around again, I'll give you another 10 minutes. Okay. I'm really enjoying the conversation. You've been a really wonderful guest so far. Smiley faces to keep Anna on for another 10 minutes. Crying faces, if we'll call it for now, and Anna can come back another time if she wants to. But make sure you vote, people. Thanks so much for everyone who's been voting already.
was there like a turning point for you in this walk that you were like, this is it for me? Like, I'm for real, like, gonna turn now because of this, of what have I experienced? Like,
There
what
was,
was like the
yeah,
cherry on top for you, Daniel?
that's a really difficult one to answer because there were so many things that contributed quite significantly, I think. There were lots of things that added up over time to me not being able to lie to myself anymore. I realized I didn't believe it anymore. But some of the more significant factors in the equation were reading the Bible, chat, chat, let's go. That's so close. Look how close that is, Anna. My goodness. You've got 10 more minutes on the clock, all right? And then we'll check in again. Some of the more significant factors were reading the Bible for myself. So not just going off of what it was that my parents told me was in there, or what my youth group leader told me was in there, or what my lecturer or my pastor told me. I actually just read it for myself so I could see everything that was in there, not just the parts that were picked out because they're all warm and fuzzy. Not just the stuff you hear about in Sunday school, all the stuff about all the killing of children and the selling of rape victims to their rapists and the stoning of rebellious sons and that sort of stuff. Like there's all this absolutely horrific stuff in there that they're never going to bring up at Sunday school, and that your parents and your pastor, they're going to avoid completely because they don't want to think about it. They don't want people in the congregation learning about it either, even though they know full well that it's in there because they went to seminary. They know that this stuff is in there, but they keep it from you. Reading the Bible for myself was a big part of it. Also learning more about philosophy. That was a big part of it. Philosophy is concerned with the study of knowledge, the study of aesthetics, so like morality and art, and the study of metaphysics, so that which is not physical. Learning about how all of that stuff works, that was very helpful. It helped me to think a lot more clearly about the claims that were being made by the Bible. It helped me think more clearly about what I thought was actually likely to be true or right. Learning more about psychology as well. So I learned about how brains work and how beliefs are even formed within a brain over the course of time, from infancy and childhood onwards, depending on what it is that they're exposed to and what they're taught to believe. And also how to unlearn stuff that's not true and replace it with stuff that's more likely to be true. Learning about the natural sciences so that I had rational, evidence-based explanations for why it is that nature works the way that it does, as opposed to these essentially magical explanations that Christianity gives you or that any other religion gives you. Learning about other religions was really helpful as well. Learning that there are many, many different religious viewpoints. Many of them are not unique either. A lot of them steal from each other. There are unique elements of just about every religion as well, but that doesn't make any one of them more likely to be true either. That just means that they have a different idea contained within. But yeah, learning about other religions was really helpful too. And I could see that, there are religions that I think are like better than Christianity in various ways. And worse as well. But finding eventually that I found that Christianity was essentially as believable as any of these other ones. They had the same kind of evidence, right? They had these quote unquote sacred texts. You know, there were people within that religious community who had made prophecies, you know, who had seen or heard the deity that they believe in, um, you know, etc., etc. It's the same kind of stuff that you hear from Christians. Yo, anyone in here from Dalton's live stream? W, thank you so much for being here. It's an honor for people to come over here from Dalton's. He's terrific. He does an absolutely cracking job. I'm a big fan of what Dalton does. He's awesome. W's. And if Dalton, if you're in here, love your work, man. Traveling as well. So seeing more of the world than just where I was raised, and seeing how other societies, other civilizations who are not necessarily guided by, you know, having been colonized by Christians, they still function. You know, and that things that are considered right or wrong or normal where I live are not necessarily the things that are considered right or wrong or normal in other places where the majority of people are Hindu or Buddhist or, you know, just animists or Shinto or something like that. Like it, so all of those things contributed. I think a really good starting spot, a really good place to start is just becoming more familiar with the Bible. Because the vast majority of Christians that I speak to have not read the Bible. They don't have a fucking clue what's in there. And it's not their fault either. You know, they've been given hand-picked verses from some authority figure that they were raised to trust, that they should not necessarily trust. I don't think I was stupid when I believed this stuff. I don't think that I was evil. I think that I was ignorant. And there's nothing wrong with being ignorant. We're all ignorant. I'm still ignorant. To be ignorant simply means to be unaware. We're all unaware of much more than we're aware of. Everyone is ignorant. I don't think that it's evil to be ignorant. I just think that it's better to be less ignorant. So I don't think that you're stupid for being a Christian. I don't think that you're evil for saying the things that you've said so far. I think there are a couple of things that you said that put up pretty big red flags to me, to be honest with you. But ultimately, we can't help what we believe. I don't think I could help it when I believed. I don't think you can help it now. I think that what makes a difference is having conversations like this and learning about where our beliefs come from.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for having me on your live. I'm sure there's so much you're excited to join.
It was an absolute pleasure. Look, you've got another 3.5 minutes. If you've got anything else you want to say or ask, you can totally go for it. It's up to you.
I mean, me personally, I'm not there yet to deny Christ. Like, I'm not there. Sure. I'm not there yet. And maybe that sounds silly to the chat. I'm sorry, but I can't. Like, I feel like I can't afford it.